And this
Oh
is going to
yeah,
be
I'm
recorded.
streaming. That's okay. Hey, anybody out there? Let us know. All is well. I will okay, we'll edit that out. Look, it's just listen. It is what it is. Okay? Production stuff.
I'll,
But
this is your
yeah,
show.
so I'm gonna get started and I'm gonna go. Hey, yes, and I appreciate you. Shanta, big shout out to Shanta and everyone else. Listen, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Whew, day two. Day two. Here we go. Last night was awesome. Last night we celebrated the official launch of my new ebook, The Magic of 5 Minutes. And the magic of 5 minutes, how I learned to breathe when life wouldn't let me. And tonight we're continuing the celebration, and it's very meaningful to me because yesterday would have been my mother's birthday, and releasing this book on her birthday in her honor is something that just means more to me than words can fully express. This book was born out of loss, grief, emotional exhaustion, and a moment in life where I reached a crossroads and a place where I really didn't realize that I couldn't go any further. Something had to change. You know, there's a time in my life when I truly didn't know how I was going to keep going if something didn't change. I knew something had to change. And many of us reach those moments, right? When the weight of grief and stress and anxiety or circumstances feel overwhelming. And what I've discovered during that time was it wasn't complicated. It was not some secret formula, but it helped me to begin healing. And very simple, learning to pause, breathe, and the power of consistency with small steps, right? The message behind the magic of 5 minutes is very simple. Healing does not always happen in huge dramatic moments. Many times it begins with a small decision that you make again and again, 5 minutes at a time. 5 minutes to pause, to breathe, to reconnect with yourself. Those small, consistent moments begin to create real change over time. You know, I want to take another moment to just say thank you so much. As of today, we have 27 downloads of the ebook, and I am incredibly grateful for every single person who has taken the moment to support this work. Every download helps to spread the message that someone somewhere may desperately need to hear. You know, the goal of this mission tonight, I'm inviting all of you to just help reach a small but meaningful goal. If we can reach 100 downloads, it would help the book to gain more visibility on Amazon and allow the message to reach so many more people. So if you haven't downloaded the book yet, tonight is the perfect time. If you already have it, please consider sharing it with someone who could benefit from it, who might be having a difficult time, right? Even if it doesn't seem like it, they're able to express it, it doesn't mean they're not struggling. One thing I've learned on this journey is that healing becomes easier when you don't try to do it alone. That's why I created our Saturday Reset. Hey, shout out everybody who comes to the Saturday Reset. It's a weekly opportunity for us to pause together, reflect, breathe, and reset our energy before the week ahead. It's a supportive space for anyone who wants to commit to small, consistent steps towards emotional wellness. Everything I do is all about self mastery. For those who would like to continue this journey with me, I invite you to join our Patreon community. Membership is only $20 a month, and it includes access to the Saturday Reset sessions each week. And beginning today, I'm also offering a free copy of the ebook, The Magic of 5 Minutes, as a thank you gift for those who join the Patreon community. It's my way of welcoming you into this growing circle of people committed to healing, growing, and consistency. We have a good time on Saturdays. You just gotta come experience it for yourself. If you're watching tonight on YouTube, I would truly appreciate your support by subscribing to my YouTube channel, please. If you hear anything that's helpful, please click like, sharing the video with someone who might need encouragement. Um, Follow me on my other social media platforms where I continue to share insights about emotional wellness and personal development and, really being true to yourself. It's very important, very, very important. So I thank you again for celebrating this moment with me. Who's out there? Thank you for honoring my mother's memory. Who's out there? I see someone. Oh, wait a minute. I see some comments. And I thank you so much for helping me share this information. It really makes a difference. It really matters. Let me see who's that out there. Hey, you know, oh, that was me. Sometimes we just need some encouragement. We need courage to take 5 minutes, to pause, 5 minutes to breathe, and begin again. And that's what the magic of 5 minutes is all about. And that's where the magic begins. Just not continuing to do the things that you used to do. Honestly, it really is that simple. Now, I didn't say it was easy, but it is simple. Okay. So just recognizing that you need to do something different from what you've been doing. That's the bottom line, right? So the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting things to change. Small changes. Did you think of it this way? 1% per day, just 1% a day, you'll be a completely different person in less than 4 months. Once 1%, one small deliberate shift. It doesn't have to be a major change. Other people may not recognize it. They may not see it. It's not about everyone else. It's never about other people. It's always about the self. So when we take our power back, what does that mean to take your power back? That means being responsible, being radically responsible for our behavior and what we're feeling inside. Because we don't really look at it this way, but we're creating these feelings on the inside of us. We're creating them. Someone else is not creating them. We're creating them. So when we begin to understand that and take radical responsibility and really decide to release the things that are not serving us anymore, that is that's a huge step. If you just begin to be aware of the things that you are not enjoying in life, the things that are not serving your bottom line, the things that don't seem to be taking you where you want to go. If you're going and trying and striving and fighting and struggling and pushing through, all of those things are very heavy energies. So that's not the same as flowing, right? So when you begin to recognize the difference in the energy that we're carrying and just decide to, okay, I'm not doing that. And notice how challenging that can be. It really can be. This book was written to share the possibility, the probability, the inevitability of shifting and changing when you deliberately put your mind to it, when you deliberately decide to be mindful. It's just a matter of not continuing to do the things that you've always done. If you continue to do the things you've always done, you'll keep getting the things you've always gotten. In order to get something different, you have to do something different. And sometimes that's just not doing what you did yesterday, not doing what you did last time something happened, not exploding, not getting angry, not just noticing those feelings inside what you're carrying. Notice it, give it the attention that it needs so that it doesn't continue to come back up. There's always going to be crazy people in the world. There's always going to be people, somebody out there doing something you don't agree with. There's always going to be those things. The question is, what is the energetic alignment? How is it that that continues to come into your experience? Because we have the ability to shift that energy within us. We really do. It's uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar. And when we begin to understand that anything you do new is going to be uncomfortable. So deciding that if you're going to be uncomfortable anyway, you might as well be uncomfortable in the direction of improving, in the direction of unfolding and improving upon yourself, right? So get into the place where you're stressed out, you're angry, frustrated, circumstances in life are not working the way that you'd like them to. Guess what? It's called life, right? But when you begin to understand the energy that you carry can influence doors and windows opening, opportunities to be presented for you, you'll be amazed at how things will begin to shift. They're not coincidences. You really do have the power to shift your energy and get in alignment with the things that you desire to experience. So, even if you don't believe it, just for the hell of it, just try it. Just decide not to do some of the things that you know are not helpful. We often feel so right in whatever it is we do. We can justify it. That's the amazing power of the mind. No matter what you do, there are people out there who have done some of the most horrendous things. We know this, and they feel justified. They feel justified in their behavior. So if they can be as justified in behaviors that are not of the highest good for all involved, if you decide that, you know what, I'm going to present myself and raise my vibration so that I am contributing to the things I desire to experience, regardless of what it looks like. You know, I didn't know this stuff until I started meditating. By then, I was, goodness gracious, I had been through so much. I had been through so much, and I had such dark times, and they were not fun. They were very scary. Some of them were very, very scary. So my book is for people who may know they need help, don't want to go to therapy. They may have insurance and still don't want to go to therapy. You know, I encourage people, if you feel like you need help, yes, go to therapy. But if you don't, or even if you do, learn about self mastery. Learn about the power you have to have a memory and not have to suffer from the memory. And that's a lot of what we do when people, and I've been depressed, so I'm not speaking from just reading a book. What happens when we become depressed, when people experience depression? It's the mean things that we say to ourselves. It's the I'm not worthy. I can't believe I did that. Everybody knows better than me. Whatever it is, the negative thought processes that you're having, whatever that flow of information is that keeps coming to you, meditation allows you to at least notice, wow, that's what I'm thinking, right? Because you can think something and just, we don't realize that that's not who you are. Just like your hand is not who you are, it is your hand. Your foot is not who you are, it is your foot. It is a tool, it is a part of you. So your thoughts are not who you are, they are your thoughts. And when you practice deciding how much energy, if any at all, should be given to a certain thought, that's when you begin to take back your power. You do not allow your thoughts to control you. But the awareness of that, the mindfulness part, is practiced through meditation. In addition to, again, one of the most, if not the most important part of practicing meditation for me is to maintain my health. The body cannot heal when it is in survival mode. And if we are angry, frustrated, sad, depressed, grieving consistently, grief is a natural reaction or natural response or reaction to losing something of value. It doesn't have to be a death, but oftentimes it's associated with death. But you can grieve a job, you can grieve a relationship, you can grieve a, a, a life that was what once was. You can grieve the idea of a life you thought you were going to have. Grief comes in many different ways. And it's natural to experience that feeling of loss. But having extended grief over a long period of time That is what's unhealthy. That's not healthy. That's not a energy you want to stay in. We know it doesn't feel good, but when you understand that it's changing you on a cellular level, the longer you engage in that energy, then it's like it's a different urgency to move through it. And no one can tell you how fast you should come out of grief. I look, grief is a very individual, very personal experience, and I've experienced it more times than I care to share. But what I learned is that even though I miss every single person that I loved and have lost to transitioning from this life, I don't have to hurt because I miss them. I don't have to hurt. I don't have to carry the hurt in my heart. It doesn't have to weigh me down. And yes, I still have tears sometimes. And yes, I still have those moments when, oh man, I really wish that my mom could be here. I really wish my sister could be here. I wish my children could have met my mom and my sister. And I wish I had those memories and those pictures. And yes, my mind goes there sometimes. But again, the meditation allows you to notice it, feel what you're feeling, but then redirect that energy elsewhere to raise your vibration again. This is your life, and you are co-creating your life as you go along. And when you realize that, then you can begin to co-create in a way that you really want to experience. We have that power. How could we possibly be made by the creator of all things and not have amazing power? What is that? Hello there. Hi, Julie. How you doing on Zoom over there? We're over here on YouTube as well. So I say hello again to everyone and thank you for popping in again. If you haven't gotten the ebook, please click the link in the bio and download it. Get it as a gift for some people. Mother's Day is coming. Send it to somebody. Birthdays, graduations, just send it. Send it out. It's priced at a so that so the word can get out. This is not about me. This is about information that saved my life. At my crossroads was like it didn't matter which direction I went in. I was out of gas. You ever been at a crossroads and been out of gas? It was like it didn't even matter which way I chose. I wasn't gonna make it. I was not gonna make it. And the beauty in that is when I said, yo, something's gotta give. I'm not gonna make it like this. I need something. I need some help. And I didn't have anybody to ask. I didn't know who to ask. I didn't. And that's not the first time that I've experienced getting something that I never breathed a word to anybody about it. But I got the answer I needed. That's the power of God. That's how you know. That's how you know that it's real. That energy is real. Okay? So I was like, yo, I'm not, I couldn't, I just didn't see a way that I was gonna make it. In meditation, it's like she said something about meditation. Okay, what is this? We always have what we need. The challenge is that we are so conditioned to depend on what we see and what we hear that if we can't see it and we don't know it right now, we get nervous, we get frightened, we get scared, right? And we hesitate. So I also say to you this: meditation has helped me to learn to trust that I'm being guided at every moment. So I don't have to know everything. I don't. I don't have to know everything. I don't. I just don't have to know. But that trust, that belief, that unwavering faith came from me in the quiet, sitting in the quiet of my space with the creator of all things and just being in appreciation and gratitude. Appreciation and gratitude will give you more things to be appreciative and grateful for. Just like being in fear and sadness and depression will look, when a person is depressed, it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if the sun is shining. It doesn't matter if they're in a party. It doesn't matter if it's their birthday or anniversary. It does not matter. If a person is depressed, they feel depressed. And everything around them will confirm that, reinforce that. I'm living proof of it. Again, when I was in my depressed state, in my space of anxiety and grief, and I just kept trying to keep going, keep going, keep going. If there was a party, I would go to the family's house, and they'd be celebrating and eating food and hugging and kissing and loving up on each other. And I literally was, my mind was like, well, then damn, nobody else is missing the people that I'm missing. Everybody else is just keeps going. Like, and you can have that feeling when it comes to anything. Like, oh my gosh, my pet just died, or I just lost my job, or I can't pay that bill, or whatever it is. If you're carrying that space of depression, then everything around you is going to reflect that depression. I would go places and it's very interesting, and it does take time. This is not a quick fix. I'm not pretending it is, but guess what? Yeah, we didn't get depressed overnight either, right? Generally speaking, it's a practiced behavior, right? It's a practiced behavior. So as we learn how to practice just being, not being depressed, we're not practicing not being depressed. We are unlearning the habit of anxiety, unlearning the habit of depression, just unlearning it and just being at peace, practicing 5 minutes at a time. And I have to say this: when I started meditating, I didn't start with 5 minutes. Girl, 5 minutes was an eternity. Well, guys, whoever's out there listening, right? It was an eternity. I couldn't even, when I first started meditating, I couldn't even imagine sitting still for 5 minutes. What? Without opening my eyes, without moving, without talking to somebody. What I mean, and the thoughts were big and strong and loud. Like, hello, what are you doing? What are you doing? I literally remember trying to meditate for the first time. And as I'm sitting there, okay, I'm sitting there and I got my eyes closed, and it was just a couple of days. It was like, what are you doing? 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 Who cut off the lights? Why are your eyes closed? Why are you sitting still? Did you wash the dishes? Did you do this? And it was just going. My brain was just going, 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 going. I was like, oh my goodness. And it's crazy because there was nobody else around me. There was nobody else talking to me. This was inside of my mind. It was just constantly flowing, going, going, going. And as I began to understand, that's not going to stop because I was always giving it attention. It was big, it was strong. Those sounds, those voices, right? I think it's so interesting that people act like they don't hear voices in their head. I'm just saying. We all have it. We all have it. And when you're not practiced that, letting that be what it is, and then coming back, because some of those voices can be very, very scary. They can be very strong, they can be very loud, and they can get very, very scary. I am not making fun of anybody who is having that struggle. Please believe me. I've had them. And meditation has been the one thing that I've done that has helped me holistically be able to be okay with that. Like those monsters, they only get bigger when you feed them. It's like dogs can smell fear. Those voices can smell fear. And when you are no longer fearful, then you shift the dynamic, right? So again, just like when we're depressed, we can find anything to be depressed about. You can find anything that in that vibration, anything in that energetic alignment will support whatever it is you're feeling. So if I'm feeling good, I'm like, oh my goodness, if something happens or something sad or wow, that's sad, I can be empathetic, but I don't have to be depressed. I don't have to be depressed because I'm empathetic. I don't have to be depressed because I have sympathy for somebody. And another thing I've learned, when we pity people, it sounds like I was like, oh, that's so sad. It doesn't seem destructive. But when you pity someone, it's because you are indicating you don't believe that God has the power to help them the way they help you. right? Or to get them through. And maybe you are there to contribute to their journey, or maybe you're not. And again, to learn that discernment requires meditation. I'm sorry, everything that I talk about comes back to that. So these talks that I'm giving are to help you understand the power of it. The body can't heal when it's in survival mode, right? Can't heal when it's in survival mode. Requires the body requires to be and feel safe in order to heal. So if we're consistently angry, consistently upset, consistently feeling anxiety, consistently worried, right, overly concerned about everything else, that takes away from the power your body has to heal, because your body is in the state of high alert to save you. Every part of you is designed to help you survive, right? But if we are constantly overly concerned, stressed, angry, frustrated, overwhelmed, if we're constantly in those states, which millions and millions of us stay in those states of energy, those states of being, when we're in those states, it's challenging for the body to do what the body naturally does, which is heals itself. Very challenging. So when you sit, again, start with 1 minute. Start with as much time as you can. If it's 30 seconds, then let it be 30 seconds. All right, that's all I could do. And when I tell you, I'm literally being flashed back to the moments where I was like, okay, that was 30 seconds. So tomorrow, I'll try again tomorrow. I'll try again tomorrow. And that was that. And I would do it again the next day. And if I got to 40 seconds, I was like, yes, all right, this is getting better. And when I got to a whole minute, I was like, all right, I can do this. And then I did the minute. I stayed at the minute. And then I realized I didn't want to come out after a minute. I stayed another 10 seconds, another 15 seconds. And I had to build up to 5 minutes. So if that's the case for you, do that. Understanding that it's good for you, understanding that it supports you in your journey, it supports you in your growth. Hey, soul touching the poet. I like that. I like that title, sir. You know, and it's if you have questions, please drop them. And I'm trying to pay attention to both. I am paying attention to both. So it's very important to do the things that you know are helping you survive. Every part of you is there to help you survive. So it's like gathering your team. It's like, okay, me, myself, and I, my mind, my subconscious mind, my conscious mind. Yes, I am. I'm doing this. Just deciding that you're going to do it. It's like deciding you're going to take a shower, that you're going to eat vegetables, you're going to drink water. These are the things that we do deliberately because we know it's good for the body. We know that it is a part of our existence that we need to. It will improve our quality of life. Meditation will improve your quality of life. Fight with me. But see, the thing is, you have to do it at least for 30 days in order to even start fighting with me. And you don't have to listen, if you can't get up to 5 minutes for the first 2 or 3 days, then so be it. If it takes you a whole week or a month to get to 5 minutes, that's okay. It's a practice. It's a practice, and without judgment. Without judgment. Practice not judging it. When you get into meditation and you notice your mind is wandering, there have been times when my mind wandered the whole time that I was sitting there with my eyes closed. The whole time. And I come out, I was like, okay. Well, guess what? You were still meditating. It was still mindfulness. You were noticing that your mind wandered. That's okay. It's okay. It's just a matter of noticing what's happening in the moment. That's what it's all about. And as you notice it, then you say, okay, so now you're going to focus on your breath. Allow yourself to focus on your breath. Allow yourself to feel your body weight on the surface you're sitting on. Notice if you hear anything else. If you don't have earplugs in, is there a car going by? Is there a dog barking? Is there a bird flying? What are you hearing? What are you seeing? What are you feeling? That's being fully present in the moment. And it takes you away from, again, and if you're having a strong and emotion, if you're having a strong emotion and you usually go off the deep end or you usually hold it in, whatever it is you usually do, notice it. Notice it without judgment. Okay. Okay. I have this itch I want to scratch. I'm usually going to go and say something to somebody. I want a reaction. Now, so noticing I want to fight, or I want to be alone, or I don't want to be embarrassed, or I feel embarrassed and I don't want to talk about it. Whatever it is, just notice it. That's mindfulness, right? When we're not mindful, then something happens and your mouth goes off on the deep end and saying stuff and doing stuff and just all over the place. And sometimes people get so comfortable with their personality that they blame it on everything and everybody else. And that's not self mastery. That's not self mastery. I personally feel that anything other than a reaction to save your life, like, or a bodily reaction, think about it. If you eat some bad food, your body automatically throws it up or makes you feel like, oh goodness, what's going on? If we get a temperature, we think when we get quote unquote sick, that's a bad thing. No, that's your body doing what it's supposed to do. Your body is purging that stuff. That's why you vomit. That's why you have to go to the bathroom. That's why you're sweating. Your body is ridding it of the toxin. So when we begin to understand that that's how that works, now you want to feed yourself the best things, not just what you eat, but what you think. When you consistently feed yourself with information that's going to empower you, it's going to raise your vibration. The higher your vibration, the more you can attract the things in that vibration. Right? So when we're depressed, that's your energy is low, it's heavy, it's dark. So it's hard to see, it's hard to hear anybody, it's hard to feel anything else. It's just heavy and dark. And when you're depressed because you can feel it. It's like you don't feel nothing's exciting. You don't feel happy about anything, right? Everybody else is better, you know? So when you do things, do little things. Put on some music, right? It's a lot of different things you can do to shift your energy in that moment. But being conscious is the part. And that meditation allows you the practice of really reconnecting with the self. What am I feeling? Right? I remember feeling like if I didn't know what other people thought about a certain thing, I didn't know if I was doing the right thing or not. Well, you know what? Just because other people are doing it don't mean it's right for you. So going within and being okay with being there, learning to enjoy your own company, right? We attempt to be in relationship with other people, but we don't really enjoy our own company. Well, how the heck is anybody else supposed to enjoy your company if you don't? So coming back within the self and taking those deep breaths and noticing what you feel. Where are you feeling it in your body? Just be there without the need to judge it at all. That was very interesting for me. That was very, very interesting, very empowering to just take those few minutes for myself, because I really spent most of my life being and doing for somebody else, doing for somebody else all the time, everything. Wouldn't turn off my phone. I'd answer the phone for everybody. I answered the phone for everybody just in case they needed something. And then when I would call, if I didn't get an answer, then I felt like I wasn't good enough or I wasn't important enough. Well, but guess what? I was always prioritizing other people. So when other people didn't do it for me, then I felt some kind of way about that. When I began to prioritize myself, then I understood sometimes people are busy. It's not personal because they didn't answer my call, right? It's not personal. I'm just not at the top of their list. And guess what? I need to be at the top of my list. So now I need to deal with me. I need to sit still and feel what I'm feeling. And you know what? Do I get angry? Do I get vengeful? Do I get resentful? What am I feeling? Noticing those feelings is very important because I mean, I don't know if you've ever experienced your emotions causing you to do something that maybe you shouldn't have did. Am I the only one? Am I the only one who had an emotion about something and went and did something that made it worse? Yeah, I don't think I'm the only one, you know? So sitting with how you feel is important. We cannot expect other people to prioritize us if we do not prioritize ourselves. We cannot. I want to be around people who prioritize their own self. They have a healthy respect for themselves. It's very important. You cannot bypass the personal development. Can't do it. We see it in real time. People going through their lives and hitting all of these amazing accolades and all of that, and then something happens and it shows. There's a place that they needed to give some attention to. Doesn't mean that they're horrible people. It doesn't mean that they didn't deserve the things they learned or earned. It means that there was a part of them that they did not pay attention to. There was something that they needed to address before they went off the deep end. All of us have experienced times when we've done things that we can review and say, maybe I could have done something different. And now forgiving the self, that part, learning to forgive the self. So I say to you humbly that all of these things can be discovered and healed as you practice meditation, as you can get more familiar with the self. So if you have not downloaded the book as of yet, I encourage you to do so. I ask you to do so. I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you've heard anything that was helpful, please like the video, share the video, find me on social media, download the ebook, and join Patreon. Join us on our Saturday resets. That that is a space. That is a really nice community where we support one another. It is what happens there stays there. So if you ain't there, then I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, it's a really nice community of us, and we come on every Saturday, and we get these gems, and we do exercises, and we have our monthly mantra, and we have our writing exercises, and we do the things that help us to reinforce the mindfulness practice. Mindfulness is every day. It's not once a week. It's every day. And we share with one another. What is it that came up in the week? What is it that, what did you notice about leaning forward into something new? Trusting that, you know what, I don't have to know everything, but this is what's my next best. Leaning into that, knowing that everything is working out for you. Because if you can consistently believe that everything is against you, guess what? It just takes a thought, a shift in your thought, in your mindset to think something else. And it may feel uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable. Anything new is uncomfortable, right? So, and you may think that, it may seem like you're lying if you start saying, oh, everything is always working out for me. Well, but if you say everything is not working out for you, that's a lie too. So pick your lie. Pick one that helps you. Pick one that will help empower you. I want to thank everybody who was here last night. I want to thank you if you came tonight. I want to thank you again if you downloaded the book, if you thought about downloading the book, if you intend to download the book. Like I said, the price point is specifically chosen to help get this information out. You just never know who's suffering in silence. You really don't. And one of the things about us as human beings, when we think we know somebody and we kind of get an idea of their perspective about certain things, then you don't want to share. There are people that never knew that it crossed my mind to end my life. They didn't know that. But I also knew what they thought about that. And I also knew that they didn't know what to say. And they may have never experienced such a dark moment at that point. So they wouldn't know what to say. So it's not that they didn't love me; they just didn't know what to say. And we get we pick and choose who we open up to. And I say this to you: go within, become your own best friend. Come and join us on our Saturday sessions. Learn more. The reality is, the more you practice mindfulness, the more familiar you get with the power within. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So that is our session for the evening. Thank you again for joining this launch party. I just ran my mouth, but that's what this is. Again, happy birthday to my mommy. Rest in peace, mommy. Look what I did. Oh gosh. And tomorrow, if you happen to be in the Tennessee area, I will be at the Laverne Library from 2 to 4 doing a Meet the Author and a nice live presentation. I'm looking forward to that. So thank you again. I'll see you guys in the morning. Please click the link. You can join us tomorrow also at 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, 4-hour Saturday reset. We'll be there. Be there. Come be my guest. Be my guest. Be my guest. And I'll see you guys then. I'm going to sign off, get myself ready for tomorrow, and I'll be back again tomorrow evening, guys. So if you heard anything that was interesting, invite somebody to join us again tomorrow. Same time. Same time. If you're on Zoom, you'll get another reminder. Same link. Uh-oh. Did I miss a message? Hey. And or again, just pop in on YouTube again. Share the link, guys. Share the link. Share the link. I should make a song. Share the link. Share the link. Like and share. Like and share. And thanks for listening in. Hey, thank you, Ching. Appreciate you for being here. I know there were a couple other people on. I don't think that they commented or anything, so I don't know who they were. But I appreciate you for being here. I do. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Have a great evening and a better tomorrow. I wish for you better than the best that you've ever experienced. I'll see you guys tomorrow.